What is up, everybody? I am George Mossey. I'm here with my co-host, Marshana Dahlia Spavento. Last night, 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, is completely wrapped. The Couples Tell All aired last night. All the drama that took place last night. Nothing really extremely new happened last night. It was just a lot of drama. All of the things that they talked about on the tell all, we already kind of knew. We just kind of got the ending to it. So let's just jump right in. There's a lot to talk about. I want to cover everybody because this is hopefully the last time we see these people so we can move on because the new season of Before the 90 Days is starting with new couples. Everyone is new minus Soulja Boy, so we're really excited about that. So Evelyn and Corey, so they're still married. Surprise. Like I said, we knew what was going on. She's still unsure of why she married him. She still doesn't trust him. She still wishes that she didn't love him. Her sisters still hate him. His family, we found out, still hates Evelyn, which is warranted. And again, we're still trying to figure out where this relationship is going because Evelyn is still unhappy. Corey is just there, and everyone around in the situation sees that this isn't a good situation to be in from both sides, both families.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's really unhappy, right? Evelyn's unhappy, even though to me she's like the biggest hypocrite in the world because if memory serves me correctly, she had cheated on Corey with people in the neighborhood.
In the
So,
neighborhood.
there's that. I mean, okay, I get it. The betrayal that Corey did was almost kind of worse in a sense because he was married to her, but I mean, we didn't learn anything new. Evelyn saw some footage of, things he said about the way felt about the girl
Jenny.
who's living in Peru, Jenny. And I mean, I'm bored. I'm already bored. I'm just so bored talking about
Yes,
them.
we basically revisited everything that we saw in the season, and nothing is new. They're still together. I don't know why. So finally, we can close the chapter of Corey and Evelyn. Hopefully, we don't have to reopen that book. So we do want to talk about Ellie and Victor. So to everybody's surprise, Victor is in the United States living, and we found out that Ellie had applied for a K1 visa before she even decided to move to Providencia, and he was going to come to America, and then COVID happened, and she didn't want to wait and see how long that situation was going to take, and she moved to Providencia right before the Category 5 hurricane, blah, blah, blah. We know the story, but what we are still trying to figure out is why they're still together as well. And when Victor tried to explain his cheating, he said, "Who here hasn't cheated?" That was his defense to cheating on Ellie after her sending him $5,000 and improving his life and doing things for him that she didn't have to do. His defense was, "Well, who here hasn't actually cheated before?"
I mean, just because you do something wrong, I mean, there's company everywhere, right? There's company in prisons too. We all did something wrong. That doesn't make it right. I mean, if Ellie, in discovering that Ellie had done the K1 visa process to bring Victor to this country, then I'm not understanding her logic and reasoning here. Why would you sell your business if all along you knew that you had filled out the K1 visa application to bring him here? So I'm really starting to question like Ellie's life choices here. Make it make sense. I couldn't make any sense of that, and I'm not understanding that now he's here in the United States. Well, what are you even doing? Like you're complaining that he doesn't have an income, but do you? Because you sold your business.
Right.
Make it make
I'm
sense.
I'm hoping maybe she was able to get a job at that business because she was a close friend with the owner that she sold it to. It was her business partner. Maybe he can offer her a management position so she can at least get back to work. But like you said, what was her plan all along? She said she wanted to move to Providencia and open a tiki bar or some sort of beach bar. And obviously that couldn't happen because most of the beach is in shambles. But that even before the hurricane started, was that going to be a profitable business? Was there going to be enough tourism to make that bar worthwhile year round? We still don't know if she was making those decisions with her right mind. And her friend Hermione felt the same way. She was on the tell all. She said, "I don't trust him. I don't trust him with her finances, and I don't trust him to be a good boyfriend to her." And now that he's here on a K1 visa, they're going to be getting married. And everyone is worried about that situation. Is he a good candidate to be a husband? He's cheated on her before, and where is this going to go? So I just wish the best for Ellie. I feel like Ellie is a really kind person with a really good heart, and the wrong type of person in a relationship with her is going to take full advantage of her kindness. And I just hate to see that because she really just wants to be happy and she's settling. And I wish she wouldn't do that.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about Jenny and Sumit real quick. So Jenny and Sumit are on the tell-all. We find out that Sumit has not told his parents that they are married,
And still has not told them.
it still has not told them. And we also found out that 2 to 3 months after that huge episode where Sumit's parents supposedly accepted the situation and wouldn't stand in the way of them getting married and being together, they changed their tune and said that they still don't want them to get married. They'll just stop fighting the fact that they are living together, and that's where the relationship needs to end. Well, not end, but that's where they should stop trying. They shouldn't
Yeah, the
continue past
relationship.
that step.
Right, shouldn't go past that step. And listen, hey, just because she said, like, I'm listening to the astrologer, I'm not gonna curse you, I'm not gonna hate you, I'm not gonna wish ill towards you, but still, I mean, I'm with Sadhna. I agree with Sadhna so much. Like, no, you're not good enough for my son. I said it and I meant it. I'm biased. Okay, I have my beautiful 1-year-old son Luciano, and if he ever brought home something like that, you got to take that out of my house. You can live with her, you could be with her, but you're not gonna marry her and give her our good last name, our good family name. You ain't gonna put it on this lady. Absolutely not. So I'm biased, unpopular opinion. I know you guys like to at me on Twitter and complain about it, but that's just how I feel.
I mean, it's been almost a decade, and it appears that Sumit wants to. I don't feel like he wants to marry her, but I do feel like he
He
wants
does
to
not.
be with her.
He wants to
He,
be with her, but he doesn't want to marry her. That is God honest. And I don't know how or why he did. And somebody, I know, but like you guys who watch, can you show me the proof that they're married? I know, like last week we talked about it and we said, like, yeah, they're married, she's still there, but like, if they're like, I want to see the documents. I just still don't believe it.
I think that they are married, and it was the only way that she could stay there. Because I was talking to someone on Twitter last night, and we know that Sumit used to work, and he hasn't worked in over a year, and he's been living with Jenny in her home, where she pays it with her social security, and the security of him having a place to stay. And if you've seen the photos of their home, it's a pretty large home. I don't want to say it's nice or beautiful, but it's pretty large for the area. So he's living in a pretty decent area. He doesn't have to work, and it's security. And I feel like keeping her there in India with him is a good sense of security. He doesn't have to depend on his family. He doesn't even have to depend on himself. He only needs to depend on Jenny. And I would hate for that to be the only reason why he married her, but I can't see really any other reason why he did.
Right. Well, time will tell. Even though I don't want to see them back in the future, but time will tell.
Yeah, we will see how long this marriage will last, and we'll determine what the reasons are, hopefully sometime in the future. All right, guys, that's part one. We're going to come back with part two. We're going to talk about the rest of the couples, and this will be the end of The Other Way season 3. We'll close the chapter. I'm George Mossey. This is my co-host Marshana Dahlia. Our Twitters are right here at the bottom. Make sure you live tweet with us, especially next week for the premiere of 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. We'll see you guys real soon.